Let's be honest, most people still treat ChatGPT like it's a better version of Google. They type in a question, get an answer, say thanks, and move on. But that's not how to get real value. Because the real power of AI isn't just in using it, it's in thinking with it. Think about this like hiring a smart intern. They're fast, eager, full of ideas, but they need context, they need guidance. And if you stop after the first draft, you're leaving all the best stuff on the table. Thinking with AI means treating it like a collaborator, not a vending machine. You don't ask once and walk away. You explore, you prod, you iterate, you think together. Let me show you what I mean. Let's do a couple of simple live demos. Nothing fancy, but I promise they'll make you rethink what's possible. Let's say I want to write an email to my boss. Something awkward, like telling them I'm taking holiday during the busiest time of year. Watch what happens when I give ChatGPT a simple prompt. Write an email to my boss explaining I'm taking leave at the busiest time of year. Look at what it's done here, structured like a real email. Polite but clear, and it's added context. The handover plan, reassurance, even a thank you at the end. It's not just writing words. It's drawing on its understanding of how an email like this normally works. Now let's have some fun. Rewrite it as a Shakespearean sonnet.
Good sir, I write to seek thy noble grace, for I must part in season most unkind, when toil and duty in their fullest pace do press upon the hearts we leave behind. Though hasty nature bids me hence away, I do not flee from labour, nor from care. My leave is marked, a firm and fated day.
Then, now rewrite it as a Dr. Seuss poem.
Dear Bob, I hope you don't frown, but I've booked some leave when things go down. It's busy, I know. The phones will all ring, but I promise I've handled just everything. I've listed the tasks, I've briefed all the crew, I've even left notes stuck in bright blue. The emails are drafted, the files are all neat, there's nothing left hanging, no task incomplete.
And that's where most people have the moment. Because it's not just about the task, it's about creativity, tone, style, flexibility. It's not a search engine, it's a shape shifter. Now let's try a second one. Explain quantum computing like I'm 12.
All right, imagine you've got a magic coin. Normally, a coin can be heads or tails. That's like a normal computer bit. It can be a 0 or a 1. Everything your phone or laptop does is built out of billions of these zeros and ones. But a quantum computer uses quantum bits, or qubits. And here's where it gets weird, but cool. Superposition, the magic coin trick. A regular coin is heads or tails. A quantum coin can be heads and tails at the same time.
It simplifies, keeps the key ideas, drops the jargon. Now let's go further. Now explain it to a rural student, a farmer's son, using an analogy.
All right, mate, let's put it this way. You know how your dad has to check every paddock to see which one's ready for planting? On a normal day, he does it one at a time. Drives out, checks the soil, has a look around, moves to the next. That's like a normal computer. It checks each option one by one. But imagine if your dad had a flock of clever farm dogs, and each one could go check a different paddock at the same time. In just a few minutes, he'd know all the paddocks that are ready. That's more like a quantum computer.
See what just happened? This is adaptive thinking. AI is adjusting based on who it's talking to. And if you give it the right framing, the right context, it'll meet you there. This is what I mean by thinking with AI. You start a conversation, you steer, you adapt, you clarify. It's not one prompt. It's a chain of thought. And here's the best part. This way of thinking changes how you approach everything. Writing, meetings, planning, even decision-making. Don't just use AI, think with it. The best work comes not from the first prompt, but from what you do next.